Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. Let me talk about little Auth token. In our environment or the REST application, right? We always do it call to the build service, which is residing in the third party application, right? What we discussed yesterday, if this is your right, this your Facebook application, right? And this Facebook application has exposed API for you to consumers. That API, right? I am calling it as a REST API. Facebook has provided me this API. It is a safe kind of replica like a Facebook, right? I am trying to use it, right, to build it my company application. They call it as a real-time right workforce meta, which we have also integrated in our company. This workforce meta, if I try to write, integrate it right, and this is your same system. This is your salient system as this REST API, right? It is in the cloud system, right? Communicating right while I will be communicating from my CV into this system. I need a security mechanism. Security mechanism, why it is required, see in the communication. I'll be sending some data to this service and in return, I'll be receiving some data from the web service, right? While sending the data and receiving the data, right? I should have a secure communication. Otherwise, my data, there is a chance it can be had or it can be manipulated. That is why when right, I will be establishing connection, right? I'll be at, is it, integrating, or I'll be taking a token. Basically, these token, right, it will be changing all the times. Alright, and it is very much secure, that token. It is be or build on using the auth concept, and what is worth, if you ask me, I don't know, because this is a separate mechanism which is, covers something separate talk about related to a networking, this Auth token. What will happen if I am giving username, I'm giving a password, or I am giving a client ID? I am giving a client secret. Basically, this client is nothing but it's a key, and the secret also it is kind of, secured key. If I give all the information and I try to connect to this application, right, what it will do in return, additionally, it will send me right access token or a security token once I do a connection establishment. I will ask this application boss, I need to connect to your application. In return, it will give me a security token. Using that security token when next time or I try to create a user. Let's say I want to create a user in this application, right? I'll be passing all the like first name, last name, all the details, right? Along with that, I have to provide this security token plus the security token if I send all this information, and the user will be getting created here without any. That is why this security token or access token, it is required for us in the real time to work this Auth token. It is very much popular in the market nowadays. Right, Saviynt use Auth Token. Right, Saviynt also use, that is an answer mechanism. Auth Token also. Even we have some H mark, right? It's mark 2256. This is a different concept, right? And this is also a different concept, how the token are getting generated. That is right, it covered up in this session. This is a different and business. Now we are trying to use Auth Token. Like using Auth Token first, I will be establishing a connection from my Saviynt if this is your saving system from here. I'll be establishing a connection to my REST API. That will be called as a connection. Once I establish a connection, right, it returned me an access token, right? Access token. Using this access token, I can start my further communication. Further communication, like I can create account or I can face the account. It will from here to here like get account details. All this operation I can perform. Let's go inside the VM and now to enable the Auth token. What should I do? Just click here in the end, type here see application, register application, and if I click on this thing, right? This auth mechanism, how you can generate it, is already given by your service. Now application. You see you landed up the application registry. If you click on the new right, it allows to create an Auth API endpoint for external client. Basically, I am external client, right? I'm trying to get over the endpoint. If click on this link, right, you have to give a name, simple type of name. Give any name like best API something and click on submit. Once you click on the submit, right, or it will generate you as you saw yesterday, right? It will generate a token for us. This test appeared. If I identity yesterday and if I open this tasty berry, I've given a simple name and this client ID. It is auto generated for me. Even the password or client secret, it is auto generated for me. These information connect securely. I must pass whenever I'll try to connect this application client ID in client secret. This is compulsory. You have to pass it along this with these two things, right? When I said I went ahead yesterday, right, and explored the table information, right, I was exploring the tables and I was trying to connect to the users table, right, to completing any user. See if I type sys underscore user users or users table. I believe in users, make a users. Somewhere we saw the exploding REST area type of it where we saw that it is you, it's not a user. See sum as per user and see generous table here. Once you explore the users, right, how you can do a connectivity to the users table to create a table, you can simply scroll down and exclude the REST API. Once I click on the REST API, right, it will be generating a REST API for us, right? The similar format, I can grab the readers, what all the information I need to pass for creating a user. To do that, if you click on create user, right, create a record, right? If I try to create a record, simply what I was passing in the body is passing some attribute. Let me, like if I pass this building attribute, write some value and same, and it was giving me this body response. Basically, when I will be trying to connect these all information I should pass for the create user. Now if I explode the rest of a document, right? One thing you should observe here, right? Once you talk about yesterday, right, or today also, right? When the REST API, it is given by the Facebook client, right, and you are trying to consume it. I said you this REST API, you should first test it under the Postman, right, whether they have given the correct API or not. And this API, right, it should be given by your client itself, and they will give you all the baby. It is right in a .json format, and you have to export it under your Postman and test it. We'll be building that thing in your Postman first. How we can build it up, I'll show you if I type here, right. It's a brilliant certified clinical. Let me click here and we'll go back, scroll down in the connector part. What we'll see, ServiceNow connected. ServiceNow inside the ServiceNow connection, right. It's not a manager, please. And if you click here and let me type connection, configuring a connection, scroll down, basically it is filling. I can do the operation of ServiceNow, object re-entering role, all this thing I can manage. And in the connection parameter, if you scroll down, let's see here, right, you see the URL what they're using. I to use the work to begin to define a connection using both authentication type, right. The ever one, I believe, basic authentication, we are using Auth Token, right. For that, how the former they have given. Let me copy this format and open the notepad. Less, right. And if I go down like a new document and paste it here, see the URL pattern. They are using HTTP after the domain name and auth underscore token. If I give this for token, don't do right, it will generate a token for me. Let's see how we can do that using your Postman. If I open the Postman, write our Postman, let me create a collection, create new collection, right? And the collection name I will be giving, like new, it's not them 8, some name I'm giving, right, after giving a name first. I have to establish a connection to the target application, right? That's why I'll be adding a request. Add a request. Give the name like a connection. Now in the connection range it should be always post because I'm trying to establish a connection. If you look at the URLs right here, what is the mechanism they have given here? Authentication type already somewhere it will return host. It's not given here. It should be given you. Let me copy this URL, right. Pardon, put it under here once you placed it here. Copy your actual URL, right. Let me go to the URL, go to a service now. First, login, right, or this post window here, you will close that in your first win. First, when we landed here, we have to click here, right. Once you click here, click on the manage instance password, right. And this is your basically instance write service. Now dot also copy this value dev up to this and come back to your URL and test it here. In the domain name. Basically, we are trying to replace the domain name. This is our domain name and click on save here once you give the domain and everything. Now, if you look at the document right, basically it will ask you the grant type you have seen, right? First, I'll be typing a command in the body parameter. You have to send and make it as an access double. You are on color. Click on here and type here a grant right. See, this is service. Now instance, we are doing the practice. That's why we are preparing the API in the Postman, but in the real time this Postman API right. It will be always ready-madely given to you right by the client. You no need to prepare it, you have to just test it, passing some data. The grant type, it is a password I am passing here and we have to pass right. First we need to connect this service now, this service. Alright, that's why I need to pass the service now username to the connectivity from the Postman. I'll be passing you username. Give this username and an after password. I'm sure this password. We change it right. Let's see whether it is connecting or we'll see in the password or what I can do. The password of these we gave is to the password somewhere here I type right. This changed password right. I'll be typing here grant type username password along with that right for connection if we generate. We generated a both token right. Now we have to use that work. Go to all again, search it here application registry. You click on the base and illustrate and our application is just tested. We open this test. I write copy the client ID and overlay Control C and this is your client. Underscore ID to best it here and to less just to save it and copy this password. This is your blind secret after you provide all this information, right? Now click on the send. See, it generated access token for us, right? All this information and correct. That's why it generated access to ping using this access token rate. Further, I can create a user to my service. Now, how we can create user, we'll see that. Now click on here again, add a request. I'll be giving right. Create this name is create a column. And what if I'm sending the information? It will be always post method. How post method? If you go to the C window right here in the REST API, I write what we are doing here. If we scroll down this body parameter, we send right and in the return it gave me a steady method to post right. We have to use the post and what does the URL for creating the user we are passing? It should be this URL. Copy this user. I'll hit here and just simply save it. Now if you scroll down, it is asking the header parameter. What error parameter I need to pass it? A set parameter in the header, go to your header, go back. Click on header, pass a accept parameter. What it is accepting applications is right. Simple type here, application JSON, then content I give. I just get an information content. I go application JSON, type it here. Come back this token right. We are not going to use this token because we have already joined generated token rate. This token will be passing this token now. This token will be passing for creating this account in here, right? How I can do that? Go to the authorization menu here. Here in the drop down type bearer token. In the bearer token right, what token we copy here? Copy this whole token, come back to your create account in the authorizer and choose bearer token and first this token and controls. My body is ready now. Go to the body parameter now and what body parameter we passed, right? Let's say for creating application from your postman. I'll be passing not this building attribute. Building doesn't look screwed to me, right? Let me delete this building. I'll add again. I'll be giving first name. Did it? Is there one attribute? I take first name then last name. I will be sending last name. Add it here. What else variable should I pass city? Let me first these three variable along with that or does description. Some description should be there. It is not there or email. I'm just passing all this weird. If I do some random value right and some random value, it generated the body like a copy, the whole body where I'm to write and come back to your postman in the body. See, I cannot choose in the body accessorily because it is giving it this format right. For my degree, it should be a raw format. In the right will give you all the information to type it now. Give enter for a better look right from comma. It will be ended again from comma. Try to hit enter and from here hit enter. This is like your body parameter right and to pass a real time body parameter. Let me pass it as like in a nail and it was last name case it will be doing. Give something Berlin and email ID I'll passing. Let me pass some dummy like and that k at that gmail.com. After sending all this information now click on send. Let's see what happened. It said that do not do it is created. This user is created. Now if I go to my REST API right, go to this window, basically my Explorer window, right, and go to lol. If your users right, we created a user. Now users right here, click on the users, total 6235 user is there. Maybe this is what is the database, June 29, right? All the user are created on June 28. You start trying to sort it out. See this date. It is like a, I believe it is a UTC date, right? That's why it is in 28 till now. If DC guys are, I think, behind us in India, or maybe you are in your site, it may be that it is turned here, they're behind us. See an L.K and the regime elder on a cake user got created, right? This is how right you'll be testing the API, right? In your postman, and this is for your create a call. What about the target recount to get the call, right? Similarly, if you go back here, right, to our API and it's TAPI Explorer, I'll be a different record if I click on the return record, right? This is asking the C side, basically what ID you want to retrieve. If every user, if I go open this user, does it have a C side? This is the record I created. Let me open a record which is already present as c dot greater as secret user. Basically hand this or any user problem. Determine if you open it's not there. If I try to explore the API, right, and I had a code sample, oh, I can send a request. I created a user here, right? Let me try to find out there is any C-side in vision for this user. C-side it right or some ID. Does it have control if I'm gonna type ID again. This C side in it is there. If I try to face this society, I'll give here, and after that see this URL for getting the C side I should be, which now if I try to send, what happened? Do not do it successfully, send it, send able to send. This is my gate URL. It should be, and this is my same way. Applications is Sunday token. I have to pass it, and it is rendering the result for me in the response body. It is every is sending and waiting for all the information to me what I can do. I'll be creating another request here, right? Like create account, click on 3 button, click add right, and here I'll be mentioning, oh sorry, let me edit it, get user details something. And here yesterday method I have to pass this URL. For this URL, basically the user's ID, we are passing in the URL itself, and after you do that, again write the same thing. This is your header, right? Go to your header. In the header, type this as a token and type the application translation, and here content type. Type the content type. Basically, this is how you are gonna write. Prepare your postman. The reason I am showing all this thing directly, I would have shown you prepare the postman, right? Or I could have exported the API and do you right in the how to prepare the JSON. But there will be a gap while you will be developing application in the rest place, how the postman works and how the API are generated, right? To maintain that gap, I'm trying to show you here after you pass all this information, right? I'll be not passing this X user token because this will be generated by my application. Write the connection. I can simply go to my connection, right? Copy this C manually. I am doing it here in the postman, but this token it should auto generate it in your code while it will be preparing the JSON. You need not to pass manually. Go and type here authorized and here be error, right? You shouldn't pass it. Now if I do this thing right and click on send X, you see what happened. It returned me the record for this user, right? What record it returned me? This is created by admin and some information I'm getting able to see the name is an LK, right? I'm giving the C side of 1 in Canada's economy. Now let me try something. If I delete the ID here, let's say I'm not passing anything. If I click now, it is feeling bad request. Basically, I have to pass. The thing is trying how we can get all the ID. How we can get all the user information that will check. I'll try to find it. What is the EPA and what URL I have asked you to get all the way or all the if I delete it again. Let's see, after cc user, maybe we have to pass like sys param limit equal to 100. If I do that, will it happen? Maybe I have used earlier. That's why it is coming. Let me go to the API document. But how it happened, I need to know, right? This is my API, right? I saw in the connection JSON, and after that, if I scroll down, this is my import JSON. Maybe in the import, right, they have used that link and copied the same code. AP, I give a separation, and after doing a separation, let me paste it here. The AP they are using, right, to get all the user, cuck user. This is for user role. Let me scroll above. It's called a book scroll. This is your, your import account. See, they're using domain name API table sees user after their sees param limit. 100 basically is trying to face the 100 user. If I give 1000, right, 1000 user will come. This is how they are trying to fix all this to get related information, right? I got the age record, you can verify it, right? Go to your window, go to the service. Now, where is that? Let me go here back. I see a record here, right? Virtual agent, right? This name is virtual agent. Let me copy this virtual agent, come back to Postman. I got the output right. Try to find it out. How many ticket? We had 625, right? Let me increase the limit to 1000. Now it should face all the 1000 years or not. Give it a second. Let it load properly. Now it came right now. Let me search it something for swine. See, the sign up swine user came right and this virtual agent right. If I type here all the agent, now cam virtual agent also came right. Basically, I face all this user record, whatever they are in service. Now I am trying to get it and I am able to face it there, my Postman. This is how, you'll be preparing Postman. Now what we can do, first step, right, if you look at the document, what they are provided by the save in team. Right, if I go here go to the save in document, first thing they're telling, right, to create outgoing to you to prepare the connection JSON. If you thoroughly go here, write service now right there and all the things are written here. I'll download this document. Let me download it. Save selected topic, or all of you. What should I do? If I do save a save selected topic and subtopics, let me do it. Let it download. Then I can see what it is giving the information. At least you can read and have it. Now it is downloaded where it went. I mean back in the it called out. Or if I go to download ServiceNow connector, let me open it. 51 pages world. Now only our requirement can ServiceNow as a manager. That's fine. ServiceNow as a managed application, right? It started here. Let me copy this document, put it for you in the document folder. I believe you guys were there. This folder 8 is at no. It's training 8. Patch this folder, right? This is accessible to you, right guys? But I need to check it later. This document is on it. You can download or take over this document for you. Let me open it here. ServiceNow is a managed application. It came down. First thing, you have to configure it connection. You have to prepare a connection for you. For preparing a connection, what you can do, you can scroll down what at the they have given the default connector, right? I think. See if I download now. First thing is the basic token where you are simply passing your username, password, right? The first thing like basic authentication type. This is your basic. We are not. You're going to use this connection. We'll be using the second connection to define this parameter connection using or the authentication type. Let me see whether the complete has come or not. It is there better to copy. What I can do, I can come back to the document and here I will click on copy. I believe I already copied here. This is your connection, what they're telling this connection, right? I will be wearing it here. Let me right click save words. I'm training a pants. I'll be giving here service now just under name. Once you do save it, first thing it will ask authentication. Basically, we are trying to establish a collection. That's why the name will be always authentication. And this is user earth. I can give any name like anything, but if you give any name in the subsequent call when I do a create account of it, you try to compare it. First thing, we prepared a connection right now. We are trying to prepare this connection. What the connection name I am giving here. I'll write this here, write this name. It will be utilized by your create account as well as to get the user it. This will be utilized any name you can give it, but its name you will be using in the next call and authentication type. It is worth to I created it worth to token here, right? I use a generated worth to token. How I did it? I went to the AP, I write in the service. Now I went to the here in the application registry and I saw you write that information you to pipes here in the URL, right? What URL I should pass for the connection. If you go to a postman, write in the postman in the connection, right? Let me do one thing. Let me export this connection for you. Right, that once you download Postman, it is required for you. You can export collection version 2.1. Export what happened where it exported. Now, if I go here training a print pass, I'm giving Postman collection the name. Little be same, don't change. New service, now demo it. Postman, save it. Once you save it, let me verify it how you have here. Let me create a new folder here. Leave it as a REST connection in focus under that. Let me paste it all the document like service. Now JSON, what I am preparing, and this is your new serviceman postman collection. By seeing the name postman collection, right? You can easily need to know this is for the postman. REST connector, that is not required. This is not REST. It was for wisdom service now, and that after doing this right now, what you can do, come back. It's keeping the editor. We are trying to pass the URL, right? Simply today I'll be preparing the connection JSON, and once I prepare the connection JSON, and will like later class or tomorrow, We'll see how we can do the end-to-end testing. Those are the folder name, something new name. I get right which one. It is one idea. Copy the connection URL from here and replace it with your ERIN. Once you do that, see yesterday patterns. Basically what it is asking for you in the study param. Basically yesterday patterns is nothing but your body parameter, what you are trying to send it right. Yesterday parameter means your body and step headers, right? It is your header parameter. In the connection, if you try to send any information in your body, that will be called as a striparam. We are passing grant type. Copy the grant type. Grant type is already there for us, right? Password, grant type, scope use, client ID, client secret. These are the right, and username is there. First word I am passing grant type, then type is possible for us. Copy this grant type in the any order you can pass. Not an issue, it's already there possible. Leave it like that, and username is admin, and let me copy the username. Pass the username here and pass, or what was her. Then again copy this password, remove the dummy password, give you a pressure. Then client ID, what is my client ID? I'm doing here copy the client ID, copy the client ID now, paste it here. After your client ID, do a client secret, copy the client secret. All this history parameter you have to pass it here now. I think we gave all the information. Client ID, client secret, grant type, grant type. We are giving right password, grant type is there. I believe already I passed grand idea 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra. What do you passing scope? User account. That is for as per the document. Leave it like that. Then come back to HTTP header. Are you passing anything? HTTP. I don't know right here what they are trying to passing HTTP header this value. You can either be legit or keep it like that. Once you scroll down, what other information you are passing? We are passing one, nothing else, right? But this is trying to generate access token for us for that. What things it required actually, right? I need to prepare, pass the access token bearer and ABCD here. I'll type what does ABCD mean, because when the connectivity will happen right, it will try to first grab this dummy token ABCD. But this ABCD will not be there, right? That the connection first it will fail. The phone connection first it will fail, then after it will go to max refresh, try, count, it will become 1. Once it become 1, then it will jump to your section. It will hit this URL again and it will try to pass all the HTTP parameters again right after that, right? It will pass all this information and then it will try to again come back to your right, read write, right? It will do a rex type where the data is again right, or the token type it is bare, right, is telling, and it will try to generate new token for us. Simply, if you pass this information also right, let me pass this information to my connection. What I can do now, go to the search Saviynt, right? Go to a saving to window this one. Let me log into my saving now, N92, log in it. Now let me prepare the connection boy. Click on the 3-dot identity repository. Click on connection action, create a connection. Here, give the connection a must service. Now underscore demo connection description. You can pass. And URL right, what URL and the connection type should be a REST for us or service. Now is not there by default. It is there, but SOAP is there. We have to choose the connectivity as a REST. Choose the REST connector here. Once you choose the REST connector, see it is asking the connection system. What you copied here, put it here in the connection system. One before that, we need to validate it, whatever we are passing, is it the correct or not. Copy everything here, go back to your Chrome, right here JSON validator and hit enter. Put in the first link and here paste your JSON, whatever prepared, and click on the validation. See the validation is, and let me try to put a comma here now. If I do, well, it isn't. See the validation failed. It said in this line, there is a comma extra. When the end will happen, there should not be any coming here. It is a comma because that is another line. But line and means this would not be in camera. He did right now. Copy this. Go to a connection. In the connection, paste it now. Click and save the connection. See, the connection is successful, right? But this is not actual successful. That, as this is a web service, right? You are the finger reflection if you pass any information. Let me try something else here. Or let me go ahead, and you saw there was an error here, right? I generated the error, right? Let me go ahead and paste this error just in here and save it. Oh, no, but I believe what happened exactly in the real time, right? If I'm passing the main, let's say the client secret, is this right? Or the username, what I'm passing here. Let me type some wrong username. It doesn't allow the wrong syntax, but it will allow the wrong code up to you. I have given a username wrong, right? Let me go to here in the connection, paste me that and test it. See, you got a connection successful, right? That means whatever you pass in the JSON right there, it will show you success unless you do it. Actual operation. Unless you do actual operation, you don't get to know either I am passing the correct connection or not. For that, you need to do a test. Then only you will come to know the operation you are trying to do is successful. Once I do that right, you do a connection comparison right after that for REST connector. You should always jump to your import part first because that is difficult, but to test it, it is easy. I can prepare the connection JSON or let me prepare the import. A condition for you if I go to the import account. I believe I already copied here the import right. I'll not be going with all the things entitled parameter. I'll remove it here. Let me see where it is ending. Basically what I can do, let me separate this URL from here. And this comma will not be here. This is ending with it. Another bracket we have. I can give enter and give this comma now. This is. Let me copy from here to here. All the same, what was a sun validator? First try to validate whether the format is correct or not. Now it is valid for me. Right, copy again now. Whatever I did, delete everything and paste it again. Now you see the format has been changed, right? It will format it account params. We could basically, what is this account params? This account params is nothing but right. Whenever you do any import account right, the name we used to give as a account bara. Basically, we are trying to bring all the accounts, right? That's why the name is given as an account bara. And what is the connection? I'm using this connection, what I prepare, the connection name is user. That's why I'm using user up here. And what is processing type? This will be sequential and I did it. That means it will process one by one all your user from ServiceNow and it will bring to your safe enter. It will be fixed as a call. Call 1 will be fixes call order. It will be 0 stage number 0. Leave like that. Nothing need to worry, that will be honest fix. In the HTTP, what you are passing first is your URL, right? What is your URL you are giving here to get user details? If I go here, this is it got hinged. This is your URL, right? Copy this URL, come back to you here, right? And replace your URL, it's the same thing, but there is a domain is not there, right? I'm giving the domain name here. After doing that, what else you're passing in the HTTP header? You're passing a certain content type, right? If you come back, HTTP header, I'll be passing two things here. One is your asset. This is a squeaky sensation. Let me replace it as if, and this is your application JSON and content I pose I should pass it right. Sorry, it should be an HTTP header. After that you have to give a comma here inside the HTTP header. You need to give the content type as application JSON and then comma. I can pass the asset parameter and applications essence. You see I have an extra parameter that is your author, a separate where this author is in. Basically coming, let's say I went ahead and I did a account import to get the data or to retrieve this thing, right? What I am doing, get user details to get all the details. When I do that, this blog it will first try to find out, right, the token. Basically the token we generated from here, right? If you go to the Postman closed, look, I am generating it. Token here, write that token. I am passing it in the gate. User address authorization, right? That means when I am doing the gate thing or to get the user, I am telling boss I have authorized and key. I am giving this key only then it is able to send me if I delete this, right? I think you won't be able to do that, right? See, it is unauthorized. Now showing, right? You need the token. Without the token, it won't allow you to get the user data. Now, the same way I am trying to here get the user data, all the user data, but it needs to authorize, right? What author is an iron to pass this. Authorization key, that is your access token key. This access token, basically the first connection block is returning where it is returning, right? It is returning and it is storing under your token response path. Once this token is generated, it is storing in this variable. The variable name is access underscore token and this access underscore token value, right? I am passing it here as an authorizer. I am telling boss this is my operation key. Now go ahead and it will try to get the author access token from here. Once you do that, right, you are typing your content type and asset here HTTP content. I basically leave it like that, a student method. It will be get for you. It is get status config. Basically, if activity is true and inactive is false and passing, and what else column, I should grab it for my requirement if you go back here, right? Let me send it. I don't know the click it here. It is not authentic. It means the token is expired. What you need to do, go click and send the connection again. Grab the access token again. Go to your gate user. It is authorized, and again pass the new token here. And now you can try to send it. 200 code means it's. Yes, it will connect us successfully now. It will load the region for me. What else parameter I require to pass it here? I need see if you do here the open bracket is that there will be each recorder record is separated by a comma. I can grab the home promo to get default respective one name. All this information. I can grab basically this information, whatever they're telling sending. I'll be mapping with my right save and column. This is the normal format is there. I believe employee number. It is not coming for us. If I give here employee number, it will be not present. It is blank for us. Simply you can leave this column. It is not required for us. The last name. If I grab the last name, but it is there for me or not. Last name is there, right? Last name. I'm storing it custom property to our account name with the name is coming for us. See, we got one to a name, first name, last name, and a name. Is there, right? Name. We are putting in another custom property. 3 same way, first name, right? Let me see first name. It is there or not? It is there for us. And department name is there for us or not? This is department is blank for us or not? Department is in most of the team. It is blank for us. Don't go for the department of attribute. Leave it like this location, this record location. I believe it is also blank for us. Don't take the location attribute email. I believe it will have for everybody. Keep it like this. Manager. Copy the manager attribute and go check whether it is present for us. No, needs manager attribute, leave it, and country. Country attribute. Now your country is also blank for us. Leave this country attribute. Then go for the phone number, write phone number. This is phone. Phone is blank for us. Don't make it title, right? Title those. It is blank for us. Your username should be there. Username is there. Leave it like that. Keeping letters active status should be there, I believe. Actor. Is there room and seaside? It should be, must be there. For each every user. Now right, once you mention all this, your column attributed, basically this is your service. Now attribute a right side and left side. It is your Saviynt accountable information. If you scroll down to the top right, basically all this attribute is coming under an array that our name is a result. This result attribute, it is keeping all your record. What you can do? It has asked you the list fill name, make result, right? What is the list fill name? Basically my list fill name. It should be result under result, right? Let me copy this, all this record one and out that, and I will do everything here, maximize it. You see the result attribute. This is your array. Result is containing all the attribute, right? Here one record started right. You see if you scroll down right and go down, you see the repeated here. This means for this record it is for one user up to calendar integration, up to calendar integration. Where is the calendar integration up to here? This is one record, and again from here right another record will be started up to calendar integration. You will see where it is here right up to 1. That is one other record. For each and every record, right, you receive a lot of attribute and all the user details. It is captured under your attribute. That is a result. You must mention your right. What is your list field? This is your list fields. I doubt right. I have to mention something like this, a 0 dot last name, because it should be a result. The word last name because it's coming from your array for that the variable name. But let's see without that whether it is trying to connect, getting to be me the result or not. Once you do that, this business and is nothing but right, it will travel your next year. You saw we gave you 100 right. 100 record first right to travel for the next 100 record. I can give the pagination or I can simply mention the 1000 record here. I have mentioned already I don't require this business in here. Basically to move page wise, this concept is required now. If I remove this comma as well as copy the whole thing from here to here. Basically, I'm copying my all the account details 9. Go back here now, test it. This is valid copy. This go to your connection. Import account entitlement is. You have to pass it here. Once you do that, save the connection. Now, service. Now all this user, what you see here, right? All this user record, it will come back to your CV end. But while it come back to CV end, right, I should have a security system to store this record, right? Otherwise, where I'll store this account information, this account belongs to your service. Now for service, now I should prepare a connection. Now go to account, create a security system, give the same name what I am giving here as the connection I'm giving here, and in the connection, right, you can choose the service now connection demo, what we choose now, right? Once you do that, our access workflow, make it as our top room and remove access blessing or top and scroll down, make it as automatic origin and create it. Now after you do that, right, again go back to your security system, right click on action or come back to your endpoint. Now click on action and create an endpoint. Also the same endpoint name I am giving here, and here I am giving as it. What is the connection name service now demo a security system name. Once you do that, right, scroll down and create it. Now our security system is ready with the connection name service now demo, and we have attached the connection service now. Let's go demo for our provisioning purpose. After you do that, right, what we're gonna do now, go to the endpoint just to verify it. Your endpoint is there in 2 games. Simply I have to test it. My connection is ready. This connection, I have already passed it, right? My security system is ready. If I go to endpoint, open the endpoint, and if you go to account, it is blank for us because still the important happened. We have to do the import now. Go to your job control panel as usual, right? You have to create a job now. Basically, we don't have any specific REST. What I can do, simply go to data to get the data, and it should be application data input multi-thread. Click in here. Let me go ahead and create a new job, or else for our purpose I'll be giving ServiceNow demo. Submit it. Click again here. Go to ServiceNow demo, start it. Choose here my ServiceNow demo connection. Every same job type it will be pulling. Put import type, it will be a point. Now submit it, and let's see whether it is able to bring the users or not, or we are facing any good warning function. Open the application log side by side. That we can say keep any error occur or what. Let the job, give it a minute to run it like you. Right now at finish, grab the log. Let's see whether the connection happens successfully or not. First scroll down. If you scroll down right, the schedulers of application data input ended here. Total account to be correlated is set to, and user account correlated to, or fun account remaining 619. Basically, it has imported all your accounts. If you go above you, this is as you'll raise what happened here. Let me show you from the beginning. Let me go to the worker 1 where the job started. I want to go there, done there. I'll show you. I'm here. It started over the 1 I think you ever will start it. If you go above, somewhere is starting this much. This is all. Whatever you see, right, it is very you, are you only cause killer 1 you. I'm not able to find the beginning. From here, I can show you, right, what happened actually. If you go here, basically it is trying to establish a connection, right? You see import type is full. After that, what it is telling, full and incremental false. It is not incremental, and it is going to invoke the external connection. What connection we have given, rewrite. If you scroll down, it is giving the security system value. That what security system I have given there. See, after that it is trying to call your import account is on whatever you mentioned. See it? It printed all the things, whatever you have passed. After that, what it did, this trying to evaluate, right, connection value service. Now demo. What is the URL? It is printing URL. Is this URL right? My URL, the save end URL request, where the request is coming and it is giving application data import. What does the scheduler name? After evaluating all this information, it is coming down. See, it is mentioning what is the endpoint service. Now demo, a gap here, right, and connection call service. It is calling your endpoint demo, and job type will import. I mentioned, right, import type, account and security system. We give ServiceNow demo and security system security demo right after that. What it did, it is inside process account final. Basically, it is trying to process the account, but see, it found error there. Actually, you try to hit the connection rest status code for first, it got 401. If you go to my document, what it did here, see response, redrive status code of failure 401. It found first because there was no token found for initially. This is a dummy token. After that, what it did, it is trying to present an exception. What access on it generated? Full wires connector, and the token got expired. Its link inside token expiry exception block token expired. Actually, for his right, it is in the expiry block. After that, what it did, if you look at this, it is going to connection parameter refresh. Try count right. I have mentioned max 5 demeter refresh. First max refresh try count, it becomes 0. After the 0 happened again, it incrementing connection parameter refresh try to 1. First it was initially 0, then it increment and total max refresh count. It is printing 5 now. See, it is calling your URL again. Not to calling this URL over to can do, it called the URL now after calling the URL right. It is trying to fetch the response code from here and access token populated for both look and authentication. See, it is able to successfully get the access to. Can that's right? Print the message. And what is it now? It's trying to pull the object value of the REST, and it is finding the response status code now 200. That means the service connection is successful. That is why all this parameter. It is defined by saving, it is mandatory. You should mention first field worker 401, then it will try to go to max the first strike on this fight. First it will be 0, then it will be initiate 1, right? Then it will jump to your URL and it will try to grab the token. And once the token is grabbed, right, it is trying to process the data and it will give the record. Now if you follow the log here, all the thing will be here, no need to bother. You can see all the value here. Basically see custom properties. When nl.k, if you remember, I created user, right? It is try to bring that user as well, all the user, and it is account it. It is storing yours. You are basically your C side is storing under your account ed and store all the records. Now if I go to my mine security system again, go to security system in the demo service, now demo. If you open that, go to your endpoint, open the endpoint, go to your account tab now. You see all the accounts are imported, right? See all the accounts from your target system through your recorded game. That is why account strategy is active. If you manually create any account from service, Saviynt service now, it will be manually provisioned. That means you have manual now. All the account orders are present. 60-1 account. It came. Maybe some of the account are restricted from your service. Now side like your service account, right? Service account will not be open, not be imported to a civilian. Now it has imported all the account from your service. Now you see here, right? This is how, right, the import account happens to service now. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.